dear boys and girls. Welcome to your science class. So last class we have learned about magnetism, isn't it? We learned about what is a magnet, what are magnetic substances, and also we learned about the magnetic force. We learned different properties of magnet. We learned almost 4 important properties of magnet, isn't it? So in today's class we are going to learn about the uses of magnet, and along with that we will learn a new concept, that is demagnetization. So let's start today's class. So while learning about the properties of magnet, we learned that the magnet has a directive property. So do you remember what is the directive property of a magnet? Yes, when a magnet is freely suspended, it always rests at a point of north to south direction, isn't it? So that is what the directive property of a magnet is. So in today's class, we are going to learn about an instrument which works on this directive property of magnet. And that instrument is called magnetic compass. Magnetic compass. Dear children, have you heard about the word compass? Yes, not the compass that we use in geometry. You may have heard about the compass which the sailors use while traveling through the sea for the navigation purposes. Have you heard of such compass? Yes, isn't it? So that compass, what is the peculiarity of that compass? Yes, that compass is an instrument, that is a magnetic compass. That is a magnetic compass is an instrument used to find the direction, isn't it? The needle of the magnetic compass always faces through which region? Yes, the north direction, isn't it? So in your textbook, figure 13.9 shows the diagram of a compass. So teacher will show you a compass using the Digi video. So dear children, this is a magnetic compass used in order to find the direction while traveling, while navigating. So here you can see the poles are, the direction is marked. Here the north, south, west and east direction is marked. Here you can see a needle, and this needle is also called a pin, and this pin has a marking. Here you can see a red marking, isn't it? This red marking always faces to the north direction. Okay, these are the circular dial. This is a circular dial, and the needle or the pin always, here the red mark is given, and this red mark always points to the north direction. So dear children, what are the peculiarities of the magnetic compass? Yes, the magnetic compass is used for the navigation because it always directs towards the north, and the needle always faces to the north region. And also by finding the north, we can find other directions, isn't it? Once you find the north, you can find the south as well as east and west, isn't it? So that's how the magnetic compass is used in the navigation purpose. Now, which property of the magnet is used as the principle of this magnetic compass? Yes, the directive property of the magnet. That is, the magnet always lies in the north-south direction. So that property is used in this instrument, that is magnetic compass. Now, in page number 127, there is an activity, that is activity 5, and this activity is to make an magnetic compass with the materials available at your home. So teacher will demonstrate this experiment using teacher will demonstrate this activity using the Digi video. Kindly watch the activity carefully. Let's learn how to make a compass with the materials which are available at our home.
Activity 5. To make a magnetic compass. Things needed: a sewing needle, a bar magnet, a cork, a cup and a rubber. Method: we can magnetize a sewing needle using a bar magnet. Pass the magnetized needle through a small piece of cork or rubber. Is this cork containing the magnetized needle in a cup containing water? Make sure that the needle does not touch the water. Observation: When the needle comes to rest, it will point in the north-south direction. Rotate the cork with the needle inserted in it in different directions. Note that the needle always points in the same north-south direction when the cork stops rotating. The magnetic compass is ready for use.
So dear children, now we learned about magnetic compass. Next we are moving to a topic, and that is demagnetization. Demagnetization. So dear children, demagnetization. We already now know what is the meaning of magnetization, isn't it? What is the meaning of magnetization? The property of the magnet to hold the magnetic substance is what we call the magnetization or the magnet, isn't it? Now, will be this demagnetization? Yes, D means loss, isn't it? So, demagnetization means the loss of magnetic property of a material which already had that property, isn't it? Yes, these magnets lost their property if they are heated, hammered or dropped from a huge height. These all things cause the demagnetization, that is loss of magnetic property of a magnet. Such magnets are what we call demagnetized. So such magnets are the magnet which lost the magnetic property are said to be demagnetized. So dear children, I hope you have understood what is the meaning of demagnetization. That is the magnet which loses the property of magnetism. It is what we call a demagnetized magnet. So once you store the magnet for a long time, there is a chance for this demagnetization. So we have to carefully take care of magnets in order to maintain their magnetic property. That is, the permanent magnet tend to lose their magnetic property if it is not stored properly. This is known as self-demagnetization. Self-demagnetization. That is self-demagnetization. So now you understood what is demagnetization. The tendency of a magnet to lose their magnetic property is what we call demagnetization, isn't it? Now what is self-demagnetization? Yes, self-demagnetization is the property of the magnet to lose their magnetism. If the magnet is not stored properly, it can cause this self-demagnetization. That is, it will lose its own property of magnetism. So that is what we call self-demagnetization. So we have to take extra care while storing the magnets or using the magnets. Your textbook page number 127, figure 13.11 shows how to keep the magnet without demagnetization. So kindly go through the picture to know how to keep the magnet safely. Now teacher will also demonstrate how to keep the magnet safely without self-demagnetization.
Handling magnets. A magnet tends to lose its magnetism if not stored properly. Bar magnets are always stored in pairs with their unlike poles on the same side. They must be separated by a piece of wood. Two bars of soft iron called magnetic keepers are kept across their ends. In case of a horseshoe magnet, a single piece of soft iron is kept, touching both poles of the magnet. We should keep magnets away from floppy disks, CDs, computers, credit cards, television sets, and audio and video cassettes as they get demagnetized.
So dear children, I hope now you came to know about what is demagnetization and how to store the magnets without demagnetization. In labs and also in instruments, the magnets are kept powerful without self-demagnetization. by this method. Okay, children, we are moving to the last portion of this chapter, that is uses of magnets. Uses of magnets. So there are few uses of magnets we have discussed in the beginning of this chapter. Can you recollect few uses of magnets? Yes, magnets are used in refrigerator, clutch bags, etc. to keep them close, isn't it? Then you can see the magnets in motors, loudspeakers, generators. They have powerful magnets. Now you can see few magnetic strips on the ATM cards and the credit cards which we use nowadays. Now teacher will demonstrate few uses of magnets using the Digi video.
Uses of magnets. Magnets are used in magnetic toys and stickers. The needle of the compass is used to find direction. The door of a refrigerator has a weak magnetic strip all around to ensure that it remains firmly shut. Motors, generators and loudspeakers have powerful magnets. In scrapyards, magnets are used to separate iron and steel from a junk of waste materials. Data, sound and images are stored on special surfaces coated with magnetic material in computer hard disks, floppies and audio and video tapes. Information is stored on magnetic strips in credit cards, ATM cards and airline tickets.
So dear children, now I hope you understood how important magnet is. What are the uses of magnets in our daily life? So by this, we are concluding today's class, as well as we have completed the 13th chapter. As I always used to tell, don't forget to go through the textbook and mark the important points. From next class onwards, we will learn the textual activities of this chapter. So see you in next class. Thank you.